We start with news that created shock waves in Indian cricket circles as Virat Kohli today deleted his tweet which he posted last year welcoming Anil Kumble as India's new coach. Now last year, Virat Kohli had welcomed Anil Kumble in a tweet saying that the team looks forward to his stint with the men in blue. Virat has deleted this tweet at least 2 days ago. This battle between India's captain and outgoing coach has become downright personal, with Anil Kumble in his resignation letter stating that Virat Kohli had issues with his style of coaching. Meanwhile, the BCCI has also sought a report from the team manager over the Anil Kumble versus Virat Kohli saga. The BCCI Chief Executive Officer Rahul Johri has sought a detailed report from the Indian team manager Kapil Malhotra about what transpired in the dressing room during the ICC Champions Trophy. Anil Kumble resigned from his coach's post after a rift with captain Virat Kohli. Rahul Johri and member of the Cricket Advisory Committee Sourav Ganguly is live with us. Now, Sourav, this episode, Kohli versus Kumble, was expected to be a marriage made in heaven. This episode has now captured the imagination of every Indian cricket fan, not just cricket fan, every Indian in fact. Now, every small move is being questioned, sort of. Today, Virat Kohli deleted his welcome tweet to Anil Kumble, which he tweeted last year. I mean, how do you see that?
Well, I've not followed the tweet, to be honest, because I'm not so much on the Twitter. But it's unfortunate, all that I can say at the moment. But for me, saying anything more will not be fair, because I'm a part of the Cricket Advisory Committee which had appointed Anil Kumble. I respect both of them. I've got tremendous regard for both Anil and for Virat, and I think I will just stop at that. As you very rightly said, I'm aware of everything. I've seen it, I've interacted with Virat, so that's all I can say, and nothing more than that, because it would not be fair for me to talk about in public.
All right, so Sourav, you were a member of Cricket Advisory Committee, and you are saying it will not be fair for you to reveal what exactly happened, but the country wants to know what exactly went wrong between Virat Kohli and Anil Kumble. Just say this, did the Cricket Advisory Committee recommend that Anil Kumble continues as India's next coach?
I think these are something confidential, Shobit, and as I said, I don't like talking about this in the media. What the country thinks about, I think we've been reading every day in the media. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, I don't know, and I don't want to make a comment on that. But as I said, it's a bit unfortunate. And that's the way it is. Sometimes things happen in life and you have to deal with it.
Absolutely. Big challenge now for Virat Kohli, isn't it, Sourav, with Anil Kumble's exit? But how do you rate Anil Kumble's 1 year as a coach?
It's the team which is rated, to be honest, which includes captain and coach and the other members as well. Cricket is a team sport, and whether you win or whether you lose, you win it together and lose it together. So that's the way it is. The team has done wonderfully well in the last 1 year. They won everything. You can say test matches in India, where it's very difficult to beat India under anyone. But I thought under Virat and Anil, their partnership, whatever it is, I don't know, I was not in the dressing room, so it's very difficult for me to say. The team had done well. You won everything in test matches. You went to a Champions Trophy final where you were beaten by a terrific Pakistan. So that's the best both Virat and Anil can do together. So that's the way it is.
Sourav, has Mr. Anil Kumble's exit as coach to do anything with India's defeat against Pakistan in the final of the Champions Trophy?
As I said, it was his personal decision, and he resigned as the coach of India. So that's all what I know from outside.
All right. So the Cricket Advisory Committee member, Sourav Ganguly, isn't revealing much, keeping the cards close to his chest, and we respect that, Sourav. But as a former captain, now certain contenders of the job, Virender Sehwag, Lalchand Rajput, have said that it will be difficult for anyone who comes in to fill Anil Kumble's shoes, that modern day captains have too much power. You were a former Indian cricket captain, one of India's leading cricket captains ever. As a captain, did you ever feel you had too much power?
Well, all I can say that a similar issue happened when I was captain of India and I wasn't captain anymore. So it was the other way around then. So that's the way it is, and it was a situation then and it's a situation now. But obviously Anil himself has resigned, and so any other questions don't arise.
Right, Sourav. you mentioned one Greg Chappell, episode. Similar situation we saw in Cricket Australia as well, where Mickey Arthur had a spat with the leading cricketers and Mickey Arthur had to go. Mr. Chappell also had to vacate his post. We saw it in English EPL football as well, where Jose Mourinho had to leave Chelsea after a spat with the players. However, in Man United, David Beckham had to leave after a spat with Alex Ferguson. So has this spat between a captain and coach put the BCCI in a tough spot? And a lot of people over here are questioning why the BCCI has bagged the captain, but do you understand why Anil Kumble has had to make way? All right, we'll try and reconnect with Sourav Ganguly very shortly. Also joining us is former India captain Mohammad Azharuddin. Now, Azhar, the Kumble versus Kohli spat has taken an ugly turn over the last few days. Who do you think should be blamed here between these two warring greats of the game?
Well, I think Kumble was very gracious enough to put down his papers, because I think Kumble is one person who will always not want any thing like this, and I think he's done for the betterment of the cricket. But I don't know what the problem was, who is at fault. I really have no idea what has happened or what transpired for these things to happen. But I think it's very sad day for Indian cricket, because if these things are happening, it is not very nice, because I think Kumble is one person who is really, who's played cricket in a very positive manner, and I think he had a very good impact on the players. But I really don't know what the problem was. It's very hard to blame anybody, but I think the CAC, the people who really made him the coach, they are the people who know you have to look into whatever happened. And I think whatever has happened, it has come out. We should know exactly, the people of India, and everybody wants to know what has happened exactly. We should know the exact thing why Kumble has been in that position.
Right, Azhar, but when there is an ego tussle between two strong characters, Anil the coach and Virat the skipper, do you think this relationship could have continued further?
No, I think these are the things which are going to happen, because coach and captain, they always there are going to be differences in opinion, but I think those things can be sorted out. But I think maybe things might have got out of hand really very badly. So that is one of the reasons why I think Kumble felt that Anil felt that this is not the right way to continue, it's not the right environment to really continue with the team. So I think he did a good job, but I think at the end of the day, I think everybody would want to know what exactly happened, why this thing, things have had come to a stage where, it became impossible for both the captain and the coach to reconcile.
Azhar, we are yet to hear from Virat Kohli, but does this add pressure on Virat considering he has had his way?
Well, I think we can't really run on whims and fancies, because I think the coach is being appointed by the CAC, and I think we must respect the coach also. I know, it is not that bad like what happened during Greg Chappell time. It was not that bad, because under his coaching stint, I think India has won many matches, many matches, and I think he did a good job. But at the same time, he'll put a lot of pressure on Virat Kohli also, because I think today, he said that, I can't work with the captain, but there might be a situation tomorrow that, he might not like the selectors also. So I think the board has to come in and then really, define what is the coach's job and what is the captain's job, because I think if they don't do that, then it's going to become more and more difficult for things to be under control.
Sourav, so far we've heard the BCCI side, we've heard what Mr. Anil Kumble had to say in his resignation letter. Do you think Virat Kohli should come out in the press conference in West Indies and reveal his side of the story?
I really don't know, because the game starts tomorrow, as he said. I don't know whether he's already done a press conference today, because it must be in the evening in the West Indies, or maybe early morning, about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't know whether the boys are practicing for the game tomorrow and what Virat Kohli would do. It completely depends on Virat Kohli. So we'll have to wait and see what he says at the time, if at all he goes to the press conference or not.
Right now, I was asking you earlier, Sourav, that a couple of candidates, Virender Sehwag has said that it will be tough for anyone to fill Anil Kumble's shoes, and Lalchand Rajput has said modern day cricket captains have too much power. Do you think it will be difficult for new candidates to come in and follow Anil Kumble, what he's achieved so far in the year?
I don't think you can compare two coaches, and I don't think you should burden the new coach with what has happened in the past. You know, it's the team and the coach and the captain which has won cricket matches, so, and that's going to remain the same. And whoever is the new coach with time, we will have to find out. You know, I don't think it will be tough for him to adjust, because I'm sure everything will be taken into consideration before anyone is appointed, and then taken forward. So hopefully things will be fine. And as and when the new coach is appointed, whoever it is, we'll have to find a way to work with Kohli and take Indian cricket forward.
Sort of the acting BCCI president has said that the CAC will still decide who the next coach will be, will conduct interviews. A new coach hunt has been launched. Have you, the CAC, decided in time frame when you will hold these interviews?
No, we really don't know. We just act on what is being told to us by the BCCI. Whether obviously Mr. C.K. Khanna is the acting president, and Mr. Vinod Rai is the head. He is the chief of the committee of administrators, and I think he needs to play an active role in the board, because he's remained silent in all this whatever has happened in the last 3 or 4 weeks. You know, if you have to run the board properly, he'll probably have to take a lot more initiative and run it as Indian cricket used to be run in the past. So we've not heard him, so we really don't know what is happening and what is the way forward.
Absolutely. Now, you know, let's talk about Team India as well. A new series against West Indies is starting. Sort of, Team India should start as favourites against the Windies, isn't it? A team that did not qualify for the Champions Trophy. All the big guns are there. A good opportunity for the team to get back on winning ways, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're a much better side than the West Indies. You know, West Indies lost to Afghanistan recently in a one-day game, so it's very tough times for West Indies cricket. But I'm sure in West Indies they will play well. I actually only know a couple or a few of the players who are in the squad, and I've actually seen them play. Every time I see a West Indies squad, there are 4 or 5 new players in the squad who are being selected every time. So that speaks volumes of how good and tough West Indies cricket has been, because the teams get changed so often. So we'll have to wait and see. As you said, the first game starts tomorrow in Trinidad, and India are a far superior side. But don't forget, you know, we said the same thing about Pakistan in the Champions Trophy final, where we thought India would actually run past Pakistan, and it was a one-side contest. West Indies should actually take a leaf out of Pakistan book. You know, Pakistan from nowhere became the world champions, and this is literally world champions, because they have beaten India, Sri Lanka, England, and then again and South Africa. They have beaten some of the best teams in world cricket. So for me, if I was West Indies and if I was Jason Holder, the West Indies captain, I would tell my boys that if Pakistan can, why can't we?
Right.
You know, if you think about it, about a year ago in the T20 games in America, West Indies won the series. So you never know what happens with the West Indies, but India are a far superior side on paper.
But Dada, I have to ask you, does this entire episode with Anil Kumble put more pressure, additional pressure on Indian captain Virat Kohli?
Well, you'll only find out with time how he reacts to it, what he feels about it, and we will have to find out as time goes. India will start touring abroad. They go to South Africa in the winter, and then they go to England next summer for 4 test matches. So they have quite a lot of cricket away from home, and it'll be very important for Virat Kohli to get everyone together and get the side to move in the right direction.
Right, now your former teammate and India's junior coach Rahul Dravid recently said India needs to start planning for the 2019 World Cup. He actually singled out 2 players, MS Dhoni and Yuvraj Singh, urging the team management to think whether they need to evaluate other options apart from MS Dhoni and Yuvraj Singh, and then decide if they want to continue with these 2 veterans. Where do you stand on this, sort of Dhoni and UV for 2019 World Cup, or is it too far for these legends?
Well, no, 2019 World Cup is literally 2 years from here, but I can understand what Dravid's saying. He's saying that, give these young boys a go and then see how they do, and then you can always fall back to the senior players. And I think West Indies is one series where this can happen. Young Rishabh Pant or Kuldeep Yadav can get a look in, because Indian spinners looked flat in England this time in the Champions Trophy, where the wickets did not spin and there were great batting surfaces. So from that point of view, I think what he said makes sense. Give young boys an opportunity, because that's the only way you can find how good is someone else, how good the players who are sitting on the bench is. Because as I said, West Indies 5 one-day games, then you play Australia here for 5 one-day games, and then you play Sri Lanka for 5 one-day games. So this will be a great platform for everyone to see where some of the reserve benches who are sitting on the benches, how they perform well in one-day cricket, and then you might find 1 or 2 outstanding players and then start filling the gaps. All good teams in world cricket do that. All good teams in international cricket always try to find players with every year or every 5-6 months. In India have got a huge opportunity to do this. They just finished one world tournament. Obviously this is not the World Cup, but almost all the teams which play the World Cup has played in the Champions Trophy, so you can say it's as much as the World Cup. So from that point of view, I agree with Dravid. It's an opportunity to see how some of these young players perform.
All right, former India captain, member of the Cricket Advisory Committee, Sourav Ganguly, thank you so much for giving us your time and elaborating on the Virat Kohli Anil Kumble fiasco. Thank you, Sourav, for joining us on the show. Hello and welcome back. Johnny Bairstow slammed a quick-fire half-century as England thrashed South Africa by 9 wickets for the hosts, chasing down a target with 5 overs remaining. The second T20 will be played on Friday, June 23rd, which will be a must-win clash for Proteas in the 3-match series. That's it.